Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Mushoku Tensei Season 2 episode number 10 reaction. Right, the previous episode, quite a few things happened and we got to meet Nanahoshi, I think that was her name. Nanahoshi Shizuka, I think. And she is that girl in the mask who was with Orsted. After seeing her, Rudy freaks out. Obviously, Fitz comes in to help Rudy out, and we get a lot of information from here. First of all, there's two difference between how Nanahoshi came here and Rudy came here. Rudy was brought here, like summoned or not summoned, but like he like actually came here and like grew up as a little kid. Unlike Nanahoshi, who was brought here just teleported, kind of. She doesn't have any mana because of that. Also, the fact that they were both summoned or isekai at the same time, but they were both summoned at different time period over here. Rudy was born here as a kid, but Nanahoshi just was teleported here 5 years ago, which is a lot later than Rudy was born here. So these like are the few things that are happening, and Nanahoshi also told us about how she has some idea about who did this teleportation, but she won't really talk about it unless and until she's sure about it and stuff. And like all that stuff. And they kind of talked, and they kind of like, well, like, all right, you know what? You help me out, I help you out. Like I want to go back. You don't want to go back, Rudy. We can help each other out for our own goals. And yeah, obviously Fitz was really confused about this situation, and there was that whole section with where she said like, oh, maybe I was the reason, I was the backlash, which is why the whole mountain disaster happened. And yeah, Fitz flew into a rage, tried to attack her, but then realized that she's also a victim. So all that stuff happened. Quite a few things happened, and yeah, let us see what happens in this episode. Episode 10. Let us begin. I'll be putting subtitles in the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. Oh boy. What is happening? Hmm. Okay. She is just. Exactly. That is the thing. Hmm. You better tell him the truth quickly. Now that. What? Oh my god. Fitz is freaking out. She's. Oh god. Well, because they're from the same country. Good god. Just tell him the truth. I'm Sylph. Or Sylphie. And everything will be fine. Where has my own. Wow. I just realized when she puts her head down, it's a weird random thought. Like her ears are so long. How does she like put her head sideways? Doesn't her ears get I don't squished? She cannot properly like lay down on her side because of her ears. That's bad. Oh god. That was okay. That was Anahoshi, the girl who always comes in the opening. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. 1 year. All right. Yeah. Who is he? Your personal trainer? Why do you desire strength? Okay. Wow. Such as? Yeah. Well, about that though, Rudy has bigger problems. Ah, there you go. Okay, what? That's not good. Yo. I remember him beating them up, I think. Oh, because of that. Alright, that makes sense. Oh my god, here we go. Yeah, well, yeah, more minions. Both can be number two. Yeah? Oh my god. Wait, because of that. Okay, no. There's no need to become top of the school. Oh, the whole like Elena Lace's situation. Curse to objects. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. The whole thing with the spirit, yeah. Yep. Okay, calm down. Yeah. Well, Reject told him, didn't he? Yeah, so I'm sure he knew about it. Alright. Whatever helps. Okay. Lunchtime. What? Oh yeah, the whole bodyguardy. Goddamn. Yeah. Oh god, here he is. Hey yo, yes! Oh my god, his six hands have six. Okay. No. I'm pretty sure that's. Yeah, that's alcohol, isn't it? Wait, what? Dope! Well, she's a kid. But I guess it's just, I don't know. Is that beer? I don't know. Or maybe it's something else. I have no idea. Never mind. Okay. Hey, yo, Julie, calm down. Ah. Oh yeah, she needs him to do that because she doesn't have her mana. Okay. Alright. Oh, a black feather. Oh no, blue feather. Ah. Hmm. Oh. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that is. Oh, true. But this is, yeah, too risky. Hmm. Okay. Whatever you say. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's true. Oh, okay. Nice. Oh my god. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Oh yeah, fits. Goddamn. Is that Hitogami? Hmm. Letter. Oh, okay. Chariot. All right. Oh yeah, he did say like we'll meet up again and just. Yeah. Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. God damn, in front of. Yo, look at his face. Oh god. Okay. Why? Are they doing something? They're going on some kind of a mission or something? Okay. Okay. Yeah. What? Okay, I feel like the setting is. God damn. I feel like the settings this up for something. What's happening here? Why are they showing scenes like this? Okay. When they show like random ordinary things like this, usually something happens. Oh, okay. True. Well, what? Wait, is that the princess? No, 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 no. Wait. That's Ariel, isn't it? In Fitz's disguise? I think so. I don't know. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Why would Ariel not be with Luke? And that's why Fitz is trying to hide herself. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know. Okay, you know what? No, no, no. That's Ariel, I think. Wait. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure. I think that is Ariel in disguise. I might be wrong. Otherwise, like Rudy said, why would Ariel not be there? Why would two of them be there and Ariel not there? And that is why he's avoiding Rudy because the voice. I think I'm correct. Let's see. Because he might meet the actual Sylphie now. Oh yeah, I think I'm correct. I think Sylphie will come now, like without the disguise. Oh no, I don't know. Wait. There you go. I was correct. There you go. That was Ariel. Or yeah, that was Ariel. Yeah. Oh wait, maybe not. Okay, never mind. The or oh wait, I'm wrong. I think I was probably wrong. Okay, I'm not really sure. I was pretty confident that that was Ariel. There you go. Yes. There you go. There you go. Exactly. All right, I was correct. Hmm. The okay. Oh wait, I thought that was Hitogami's. Mm, oh my god, I thought that was Hitogami's thing that he was trying to make fits. She- He's like, yeah, wait a minute. I remember someone like this in my past. Where have I seen that before? Is he going to put two and two together finally? Highly unlikely though. He can put two and two together with that. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, is he really going to put two and two together now? He probably will. There you go. He's trying to make sure who fits is. Yeah. Well, obviously. Okay. Okay, that was a lie, wasn't it? Or does he not know? Maybe. Oh, he himself probably doesn't know. Okay, okay, that must be it. Yeah. You know what? Just ask him about it. What? Well, because of it. Ah! God damn! Okay. Um. Uh. Oh wait. Is it? Oh, there you go. Oh yeah. Wait. Wait. So did his situation? Did his? That's what I'm saying. Yep. There you go. Yeah. Oh god. Well, he still doesn't know that it's selfie. Oh boy. What? What? Yo. Oh god. Wow. There you go. He knows at least. Now he obviously doesn't know that it's selfie, but at least he has, like he has an understanding that oh yes, like he's not a boy but a girl. Not only that, but also I feel like now that he knows that Fitz is a girl, he'll probably put more stuff together and realize that it's Sylvie. Because he was saying that the way he kind of like like scratches his ears, the way he stretches and everything, all that stuff. I'm pretty sure he was remembering that from his childhood when Sylvie used to do the same things. So now that he knows that Fitz is a girl, the fact that it can be Sylvie will be a possibility. And like the way how he met Sylvie and mistook him for her for a boy at the beginning, and this whole situation as well is kind of overlapping. So that will also probably make him understand or realize that oh maybe that is Sylvie. But it's still like, like I feel like it'll still be a bit more difficult for him to realize that it's Sylvie, because it's so weird, like suddenly seeing Sylvie here in this place, and her hair from green to white. So yeah, but I feel like he will realize little by little now. Okay, that is it. So that was this episode number 10. All right, I'm going to talk about this episode on as a whole, give my impressions on it, and then I'll go into a deeper discussion. So first of all, this was an episode of progress again, and in a good way, we get to see Rudy realizing that Fitz is a girl. Now here's the thing, like I was saying, the fact that he got to know Fitz is a girl is a step in the correct direction, because now he can little by little realize that if Fitz is a girl, Fitz can be Sylvie. Because like in his, obviously, like he knew Sylvie was a girl, so the fact that he knew Fitz as a boy was interfering in him realizing that maybe this is Sylvie. Now that he knows that Fitz is a boy, like it's still pretty unlikely for him to realize that Fitz and Sylvie are the same person, but it'll be a little bit more, I guess you could say, easier for him to come to that conclusion now that he know Fitz is a boy. Like that's why I'm saying it's a correct, like step in a correct direction. So now he can, like, Sylvie's identity is still pretty unlikely that he'll quickly catch it, but like he was saying, like he can recognize those, like like the things that she does, like scratching her ears, like stretching and everything, like the way she smiles and everything. She's seen that multiple times when he was a kid, because he was with Sylph, and Sylph probably did the same things. I remember her doing the same things, like scratching her ears and everything. So that's what I'm saying. Now he can overlap those two, and maybe someday he'll suddenly come to a conclusion. He'll be like, wait a minute, doesn't she remind me of Sylvie? Maybe she is Sylvie. He'll probably come to that conclusion soon enough, now that he knows that this is a girl. And yeah, I think that's just, it's going to go in the correct direction from here onwards. And we don't know what Sylvie is going to do now, or Fitz is going to do now that the whole thing is out. But let's see. Let's wait and see. In the next episode, we'll probably get to see more of, more of what Sylvie thinks about the situation. So yeah, this episode was a great episode, and yeah, it had progress, And wait, this is the 10th episode, so a few more episodes left for this season. Goddamn. Yeah, but you know what? It's working out. Like Rudy's whole situation, his situation down there, that also kind of like properly worked out. Temporarily though, but now he's like, you know what? At least it works now. And like baby steps. Like everything will be fine. Let me just act with Sylvie just like not Sylvie, sorry, Fitz, just like I usually did, because I'm pretty sure there's some kind of orders to keep her identity a secret and all that. So yeah, but let's like let's just keep it going like that. But like at least I know that this is the way. And he also realizes that is the reason why Hitogami told him to come here, and told him that here lies the key for him to getting out of his situation. Yeah, and that was a great episode. Fantastic. And the first part was basically like like him doing a few other things, getting to know a little bit more about the other things that he does, like like just drinking with Badigadi, helping Julie with her studies, her magic studies, and then like just like like talking with Pursena and Linnea, I think that's her name. Yeah, Cliff and Elise, like like kind of like getting to like like just hanging out with them. Like Cliff asking him about like curses because he needs to take care of that situation, and then we meet Soldat here as well, and they kind of like just hang out, talk about each other, like the whole situation. And yeah, also another thing I forgot to mention, that you can see that, so this is how Ariel goes out sometimes, which makes sense, like she also definitely wants to go out and hang out just like like a normal person would, but because of her identity and like there's like chances of her being like like attacked and stuff like that, like she takes the disguise of Fitz and goes out, and that is why, like, yeah, you know what, I just realized something. You know why Rudy suddenly, like, up until now Rudy knew that Fitz was a guy. I was thinking, why was he suddenly thinking if Fitz was a guy or a girl? I just realized it. I feel like there was a reason why he suddenly thought Fitz might be a girl, because he saw Ariel here in Fitz's disguise. Here's the thing. At first, he didn't realize that was Ariel. He thought that was Fitz, and he thought that Fitz was deliberately, like, avoiding him. But then he realized, after talking to the actual Fitz, that, oh, that was Ariel. That wasn't Fitz. And you know what? As soon as he realized that was Ariel, he realized, like, wait a minute, Ariel is a girl. If she can, like, in Fitz's, like, like, disguise, can, like, like, blend in with so many people, and even I wasn't able to recognize her, does that mean there's a possibility that Fitz is a girl as well? I think that is what happened, because it's so weird, like, like, up until now, like, Rudy, like, thought, like, obviously thought that Fitz was a guy, then suddenly, why in this episode did he suddenly think, like, oh, maybe Fitz is a girl? Because of that, I think that probably made him think that, yeah, like, like, I wasn't able to recognize Ariel in that disguise, even though she's a girl. I thought that was Fitz. So maybe Fitz himself, there's a possibility of Fitz for being a boy, for being a girl. I think that was one of the reasons why he suddenly thought of that, because that would kind of make sense, because, yeah, he didn't recognize Fitz or Ariel in that disguise. So there you go. I think that's one of the reasons why he suddenly thought that Fitz might be a girl. Okay, so yeah, and then obviously in the end, that whole, like, thing, that whole situation where he almost trips and, like, brings Fitz down, and after, like, kind of, like, holding on to her, he realized that, wait a minute, Fitz is a girl, and Fitz is like, oh no, I'm a boy, and just runs away. That's funny. And yeah, there you go. A great episode. Nice progress we had. And yeah, Rudy's like, all right, let's take this slow and steady. Everything will be fine. But at least now he has an inkling as to who Fitz is. And from here onwards, like I said, the fact that he knows Fitz is a girl is going to help out a lot for him to realize that Fitz might be Sylphie. Because now that whole thing, like, that Fitz being a boy was like a major, I guess you could say, obstacle in the way of him realizing that Fitz is Sylphie. Now that he at least knows that Fitz is a girl, he'll be able to properly, like, understand or maybe realize that, wait a minute, there's a possibility Fitz is Sylphie. I think so. Let's wait and see. All right. So yeah, great episode. Fantastic. I loved it. Right. Okay. So now let me switch on to a more deeper way of discussion. I'm going to go through the whole episode, like, step by step, just like I usually do, and talk about everything. Right. So in the beginning, we get to see Rudy just hanging out with his friends and everything, like talking to Cliff and Elena Lace, like talking to, like, Pursana and all of them, while Fitz is just looking at the whole situation, and Fitz is like, oh, like, he probably likes people like that. Oh, he probably likes girls like that, like, like, Rudy talks to someone and she's like, oh, Rudy probably likes her. That whole situation, obviously, like, because of her own frustration, she doesn't know what to do in this situation, and she wants to tell him, but she's afraid of, Rudy not recognizing her or something like that. She's afraid of. So she's just, like, like, wallowing, and, like, just in the library, she's like, oh, I haven't talked to Rudy for a long while, and all that stuff. And yeah, so, and then while all of this is happening, you can see that Rudy is doing his own thing in the morning, his daily routine, practicing, and Bodyguard comes in, and Bodyguard is like, it's talking to Rudy, and Bodyguard is like, you know what, why do you want power? Like, people, like, who wants power are usually, like, not a good bunch. So I wonder why. Now, I knew men who obsessed with the pursuit of might and renown, not a decent fellow among them. So many things are more worthwhile. And he's like, what? And he's just like, oh, women. And Rudy's like, yeah, about that, I have a little problem now. And he asks him, like, you know any cure for impotence? And he's like, no. So yeah, like, bad luck. And then you can see everyone just avoiding him because, like, he defeated Bodyguard, he did so many things. So people are scared of him. a lot of the students, except his close friends. And Pursana and Linya comes in and they're like, don't worry about them, like they're just, like afraid of you and stuff. And they start talking about who is the number one follower of Rudy or whatnot. Number one minion. Which I guess it makes sense because, like this is the thing. Like he defeated them. Fair and square, these two. So like they say, they're beast girls. So for them, like this is basically him being the leader of their pack. So that is why they're like, oh, who will be the minion? That kind of thing. Even though when they met each other, they hated each other's guts. Now that Rudy defeated them, they are like, they're like, oh, he's the leader, he's the pack leader or something like that is going on. And that's why they're like, oh, like, I want to be number one. And Rudy's like, you both can be number two. Good God. Oh God. Anyways, and while all of that was happening, over there later on, Cliff is like asking him about curses and stuff, and Rudy actually gives a very good solution to it. I don't know if it's going to work like that, but he's like, alright, you know what? I kind of remember the whole Subet situation, and I think Richard was the one who told him, didn't he? Yeah, I remember. He said the whole thing about transferring the curse to the spear, and that whole thing where like they were able to. Yeah, because of those, the Super warriors went berserk, and the whole people end up being persecuted. That's all that stuff, And Cliff is like, wait, really? Like, that's what happened? And the teacher's like, hello there. I'm doing I'm teaching over here. So yeah, but that was a really good shout, like the whole transferring the curse to an object. I feel like that is like something I never thought about, and Rude is correct. Like that maybe is one way of doing it. And Cliff is like, you know what? That was a really helpful advice. So yeah, I'll try to look more into this. And I have a feeling that is probably how, like, if Cliff somehow finds the way to like counter this curse, that will definitely be the direction he goes with. Transferring, because that seems the most plausible solution to this situation. Transferring the curse to an object. But yeah, like he'll have to do a lot more research and stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see. Right. Okay, so after that, we see them having a meal in the cafeteria. Like whenever I see this cafeteria, I always get reminded of Harry Potter, Hogwarts. Like Hogwarts had the same place like this, where there was like lines and lines of like table and everything. And where they eat. It was a big place, obviously. Everyone, I'm pretty sure most of the people have watched Harry Potter. So it just really reminds me of that. So every time I look at this, I'm like, oh, it's Hogwarts. Oh God. But anyways, yeah, they were like eating, and Julie's there and everything, and everyone talking about how Rudy defeated the Demon King and this and that. And Rudy's like, I'm having a bit of an ego boost, but I should calm down, Shouldn't let it go to my head. But then in comes Bodyguardy, and Bodyguardy, I love how he has three, what do you call them? Mugs of alcohol, beer, I don't know what those are, and 3 jugs to pour it and drink it. That's hilarious. And he's like, oh, what are you guys doing here? Here, have some. Now, here we go. What? He started giving Julie alcohol. I'm like, okay, I can understand. What's his name? God damn. I just forgot his name. That guy. Oh, God damn it. What is wrong with me? I just forgot his name. The Miko, I think that's what they call him. The one who is who gave Julie her name. The one who's is like Rudy's that guy. I'm pretty sure you understand who I'm talking about. Him. Zanoba. Oh God, for a moment my head yeah. Anyways, Zanoba. I can understand Zanoba giving him alcohol, but still at the same time, I don't think Zanoba's over the age as well, of drinking age. But you know what? This is an isekai. I don't think there's anything called a drinking age in this world. I feel like anyone can do anything here. I doubt there's a drinking age here. But still, giving Julie, again, like I said, I doubt there is a drinking age in this world. And at the same time, Julie is a dwarf, so I guess yeah, dwarves love their alcohol and that kind of thing. But still, like, oh my god, giving a Julie like alcohol at this age, goddamn, like body gadi, come on, man. But yeah, he's a freaking demon king. Why should he care about a drinking age? That's the whole situation. But anyways, and Julie starts chugging it one after the other, like just drinks it again, gets one, drinks it, and again drinks one. And again, I'm pretty sure she wasn't really affected by it because she's a dwarf, probably because dwarfs can hold their alcohol and stuff. So that is probably why. And yeah. Anyways, so after that we get to see Rudy going to Nanahoshi and like practicing some experimentation with those magic circles. So obviously it makes sense. Nanahoshi makes the magic circles and Rudy like gives mana to them. I wonder what she did up until now. Like obviously Rudy getting Rudy was a very big help for her because he has someone now who can provide mana to her for these experiments. But up until now, since obviously Rudy wasn't there, I wonder how she did it. Like maybe she had some. I'm guessing she probably had those rings, like that she used to defend herself. Probably some rings to kind of pour in mana into those circles, and it probably was a big, a big inconvenience to do it like that because like every time you need to do something like that, you need to get a ring. It's probably costly as well. So I'm guessing like obviously getting Rudy here in this situation has been a very big help for her because now he can just call Rudy and Rudy can help her out. So yeah. So he does like that teleport, like that thing, that summoning thing, and he summons like a little feather. I wonder which poor bird's feather got plucked. Only one feather. I doubt the bird will miss it. But anyways, yeah, so Nanahoshi's like, okay, it's the theory is working, but it's not really a success. And she's like, my experimentation, what I'm trying to do here is actually summon a human being from our world. So if I can summon that, I can go back as well by reversing the whole process. And she's like, that's what I'm trying to do here. That is the end goal here. However, Rudy's like, but then wouldn't the mana disaster happen again? And she's like, oh no, this is just this is just like the preparation stage. I doubt anything like that can happen at this stage now. And like I can understand what she's saying. What she's basically saying is like, oh, like what you're saying, what I'm saying is like the end product. I can summon someone. So I'm barely at the starting line now. So by the time I get to that point, I'll probably realize the threats, the the side effects of this whole thing. So I can take my steps accordingly by that time. Now I don't know anything, but by that time I'll know a lot more about this whole situation. So I can probably take some countermeasures by that time as well when I'm able to properly summon someone. I think that's what she's basically saying. But still, Rudy said it's a risky move, Like we don't know what we're doing. Like if a mana disaster happens again, like that'll be a problem. And then she like gives Rudy like the book, and she's like, oh, you do your own research, like I'll give you an answers, but you try on your own as well. Either way, after that, there we get to see Rudy um, helping out Julie with her magic training and also her carving, the sculpture carving that she does. And yeah, there you go. And then at night, Rudy just reads a book and goes to sleep. Those teleportation books. And okay, this point of time, I made a big mistake. I thought that sculpture was a Hitogami sculpture because that's what it looked like. But then I'm looking at it, I'm realizing that is Fitz's structure because hand is over here, probably scratching her ear, something like that. So that was like a blueprint of Fitz. He was trying to make Fitz here. And it makes more sense now. Like obviously, why the hell would you make a Hitogami structure? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, yeah, that was Fitz's structure. He was just in a God damn it, preliminary stage. Um, so yeah, he's thinking like, oh, I haven't like really talked to Fitz Senpai this few days. So yeah. Anyways, next day he gets a letter from Zoldat, and Zoldat is like, yeah, I'm here in town. Come meet me. So they go out and drinking with Zoldat and Elena Lees, and Cliff is also there. And okay, so Solnut obviously had to make a comment on the whole Enila Liz situation, and he's like, oh, like a person like you know. And Enila Liz is like, like up until now there wasn't anyone who really charmed me like that, but this young man has been able to do it. So yeah, I'm actually steady now. And while he's also trying to help me to break the curse. And Zolder is like, all right, whatever, like, well, like, at least you guys are happy. And so they were talking about, like, going out, but then, like, the other guy comes in and he's like, oh, we have to go to that meeting. And okay, this part actually kind of gave me weird vibes, because they were like, oh, let's go to the meeting, and Zoldat is like, not again. And he's like, okay, Rudy, you know what, next time I come here, we'll hang out together, see you again. And Rudy's like, yeah, I'd love another invitation. The fist bumps, see you later, goodbye. Okay, that's what I'm saying. This part gave me very weird vibes. This gave me like a premonition of something bad happening. Like I said, like, that seemed like a death flag, I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully Zoldat is fine in the future as well. That scene really gave me weird vibes, the way they kind of like zoomed in on them fist bumping. Like, why the hell would you do that? So I don't know. Yeah, anyways. But from here onwards, we start getting weird vibes. For example, first Enilanis and Cliffs is like, alright, we're going to like train some, like, I'm helping him become an adventurer. So at first they're like, oh, Rudy, should you join us? But then Rudy's like, oh no, I have my other things to do. So let's, like, he leaves. And yeah, it starts getting weirder from here, because I was like, why are they showing Rudy coming back home, walking through the street? What is the point of that? Something's definitely going to happen. And yeah, I was actually kind of expecting something bad happening. Nothing bad happens, but a surprising scene happens here. And this is what triggers everything that happens from here onwards. Rudy meets Fitz and what's her name? His name? Luke, shopping. So now at this point I didn't realize that was Ariel. Which made me really think about that's Ariel is when Rudy commented on why are both of them here? Why, like, usually one of them is with Ariel. What's going on? That was making me, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's true. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm pretty sure Luke in no way would get away from Ariel. He's always stuck to her. So in no way would he let that happen, like, and then be here just shopping with Fitz. It doesn't make any sense. And that's what made me think, like, wait a minute. And also the fact when Rudy was like trying to talk with them, Fitz just like covers and like goes down behind him and like doesn't speak. Like, that made me think, oh, that is Ariel. But I wasn't 100% sure, because there was like some mixed signals coming from here. For a moment I was thinking like, oh no, maybe, like, it was just Fitz not talking to Rudy because she's awkward talking outside, and she usually doesn't speak outside. Maybe that's why, and like, even Fitz told that in the future. So I was like, okay, maybe that is why she was not speaking, and that was not really Ariel, that was Fitz. But still, like, I was like 80% sure that that was Ariel, because the biggest striking thing in this scene is that it makes no sense why Fitz and Luke would be there shopping while Ariel is just there without any bodyguard. Makes no sense. In no way. Also the fact that Fitz is not speaking to Rudy. So I was like 80% sure, yeah, that is Ariel. But okay, and Rudy also little by little realizes here later on. At first he tries to talk to them, and Luke is like, you can see Luke is sweating because he realized like Rudy might actually realize that that is Ariel, not Fitz. And he's like kind of covers her, and he's like, oh, what are you doing here, Rudy? Like, like, we're here in official, like. And Rudy's like, oh, where is Princess Ariel? Where's Ariel? And she's like, oh, she's there somewhere. Like, we're not allowed to speak to other people while we are on duty. Fitz is not allowed to speak. That is why she's not speaking. And yeah, you can see like Luke sweating, and like, like, because he's afraid that Rudy will probably say something like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem like that's Fitz. Who is that? Is that Ariel? Something like that. It will be troublesome, like, out in the, like, it'll be troublesome, definitely. So, but Rudy like thinks like, wait a minute, are they like on a date or something? Maybe Luke swings both ways. And then Rudy's like, I didn't actually pay attention to this part. I just realized what Rudy said here. Where is that part? He and Fitz do some trendy wrestling with their little man. I I think I was so preoccupied about thinking whether that is Fitz or Ariel. I didn't really read this part while reacting to Rudy and his monologues. Just yeah. Right. So yeah, throughout this whole situation, Fitz acts extremely weird. So I was like, yeah, that is probably Ariel in disguise. And like he kind of leaves, and he's like, oh, that really hurt me. Like like Fitz was not talking to me. And then he's like, oh, what should I do? And here, what I was thinking here? I was thinking that since Ariel is there in Fitz's disguise, Fitz over here will be, you know, the sunglasses won't be there. She'll probably be in her casual clothes, and she'll be like she won't be like dressing as a man. She'll be her normal self, because that actually would make more sense. If Fitz is over there, if Ariel is over there in Fitz's disguise, it makes no sense why Fitz is in the school in his Fitz disguise as well. Then there'll be two Fitzes. It makes no sense. I feel like that is like very that is very, what can I say, like premature and shoddy like work. Or because yeah, like it would make sense if Ariel was in Fitz's disguise and Fitz was in her selfie self, because then there wouldn't be two overlapping. What like just imagine a scene just like how Rudy saw Fitz over there and came back and saw Fitz over here as well. Just imagine someone doing something like that. Immediately they'll realize, like, wait a minute, that wasn't Fitz. That probably was Princess Ariel. And that would be like compromising her disguise, and it'll be troublesome. So I was like 100% expecting here to Fitz be in her selfie, like form normal clothes, casual clothes, without the sunglasses. And I was thinking Rudy would bump into her and probably realize that, wait a minute, that is selfie. I thought it was going to go in that direction. But it doesn't go in that direction. I was actually surprised here. Because yeah, again, like I said, like Ariel in Fitz's disguise and Fitz being Fitz over here makes no sense. It's very, I guess you could say, counterproductive. Like it makes no sense why they would do it like that. But either way, I was really expecting Sylphie to come out here and Rudy bumping into her and realizing what's going on. But none of that happened. He goes to the library and Fitz is there. And this again threw me off a little bit. I was like, wait a minute. So maybe that was actually Fitz. That wasn't Princess Ariel. This really threw me off here because I really didn't expect Fitz to be in her Fitz self over here and Ariel to be in the Fitz disguise. It makes no sense. It's overlapping. But either way, like they start talking and then Rudy's like, oh, why did you not, like talk to me over there? And Fitz is like, oh, because, I'm not allowed to talk, and he's like, where was Princess Ariel? And Fitz is like, oh, she was there, somewhere. And we were still on duty and we were keeping an eye on her. So little by little, I was so conflicted here. I was like, okay, what is going on? Was that really Fitz or was that Ariel? And here when Rudy's like, okay, I think I understand what's going on. That was Princess Ariel in disguise. And I was like, alright, then I was correct. There you go. And Rudy also easily, easily figures it out. Because exactly that's what I was saying. He would easily figure that out. Because first of all, the whole situation over there was so awkward. And here you can see Fitz normally talking to him. So he put two and two together, and also the fact that Fitz is here now and also was there at that time. Yeah, a little bit of time did pass. There was time enough for him to come back from shopping and be here in the library. Still, it's weird. Like this happening, So I think he put two and two together from that. And he was like, yeah, Fitz is probably, that was probably Ariel in disguise. Now, like I said, I didn't realize one thing, but after watching the whole episode, I think I realized another thing that Rudy might have realized here. This was probably the time when he realized that wait a minute, maybe that was Princess Ariel in Fitz's disguise. The fact that he wasn't able to recognize that as Princess Ariel made Rudy think that, wait a minute, Ariel is a girl, and her being in Fitz's disguise, I wasn't able to recognize her as a girl. I thought that was Fitz, because Fitz is a boy. So that makes me think maybe Fitz is not a he but a she, because I feel like, that's like a logical conclusion you could come to. The fact that Rudy wasn't able to recognize that as Princess Ariel probably made him think that maybe Fitz is also a girl. I think like they didn't really show or explain that in the anime, but I feel like that must have what went through Rudy's mind, because suddenly from here onwards a drastic change happens, because you can see he goes back to his room. And before that, he when Fitz was like scratching her ear, and she's like ha ha ha, and Rudy kind of like starts blushing. And then when he goes to his room, he starts changing the figure that was Fitz's figure, and makes it into a girl. And he's like, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing? Fitz is a boy. That is what I'm saying here. I think like that made him realize maybe Fitz is a girl, because Princess Ariel was flawlessly able to disguise as Fitz, even though she's a girl. And Rudy didn't recognize her. So that's probably what made him think maybe Fitz is a girl. But he still wasn't 100% sure here. He was just like thinking about Fitz, and he's like, oh, the way he scratches behind his ears, the way he stretches, the way he smiles. He's like sitting down, and then he sees like Fitz and Ariel and Luke just going through the the school, and he looks, and Fitz is like, oh, hello there, Rudy. And Rudy starts blushing, and Rudy's like, where's this part? He says, I'm in love with a man. Where's that part? I'm going to read that. I wonder what all these symptoms point to. Fitz looks at Rudy, and Fitz is like, this is love. And, okay. Well, I'm in love with a man. Yeah. And then he says like, wait a minute, maybe I don't even know if Fitz is a girl or a boy. Maybe that is a girl. Will anything change if she's a girl? And he's like, wait a minute, let me go and ask the professor. And he goes and asks the professor about Fitz, and the professor is like, oh, like I cannot really say anything. And then when he's like, alright, you know what, at least tell me, is Fitz a boy or a girl? And I think he knew. Obviously, he knew. He's a professor. He definitely knew about Fitz's gender. But he's like, oh, Fitz is a boy. Obviously, he lied here. And Rudy also caught that. Rudy's like, okay, maybe he was under high, big orders that you cannot reveal this. So he goes back to the library, and he's thinking, he's like, well, what's going on? Maybe, if I talk to Fitz, I'll understand what's going on. Oh my god, he says, wish I could jerk off. Oh god. And Fitz is like, whoa, what did you say, Rudy? I didn't catch that. And Rudy freaks out, almost falls down. Fitz tries to grab him, falls on top of him. And Rudy kind of caught her like this, and he's like, wait a minute, you're a girl. And yeah, I guess up until now, he really didn't, I guess you could say, hug Fitz like that ever before, so he never realized. But he, after kind of almost hugging him, her, okay, it's confusing. He realized that Fitz is a girl. And he's like, wait. And Fitz gets up, Fitz is like, I'm sorry. And Rudy's like, Mr. Fitz, you're a woman. A woman. You really are a woman. And Sylphie's like, oh my god, what the hell? And Sylphie freaks out, and Sylphie's like, no, I'm a boy, and runs away. The way she runs is so funny. And then Rudy's like, wait a minute, not only that, yeah, my little son over there, he woke up. And he's like, yeah, you know what, Fitz is trying to hide it, let me respect that. At least I know the whole situation, and at least I know this is how my whole situation will be cured. And he gets reminded of Hitogami as well, and he's like, yeah, you know what, this is why Hitogami told me to come here. And he's like, alright then, let me keep the status quo for now. Let me talk to Fitz as normally as I could. Like, don't really bother her with the whole boy girl thing, because I'm sure she's under orders. But yeah, this is, I can see my way forward. And like I said, I can also see the fact that him realizing very quick that Fitz is Sylphie, because now that he knows Fitz is a girl, he can probably, like, little by little realize that maybe Fitz is Sylphie, because the mannerisms of Fitz really overlaps with Sylphie. He'll probably be able to, like, compare those two and put two and two together. It's still difficult, it's still difficult to properly put two and two together, but eventually he'll probably realize that that is Sylphie. Or maybe Fitz himself will reveal his, like, not his, sorry, Fitz herself will, like later on tell Rudy that, all right, you know what, now that you know I'm a girl, like, I might as well tell you I'm Sylphie, or something like that will happen. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but let's wait and see. But you know what, progress, correct direction, and yeah, perfect episode. So that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 10 of Mushoku Tensei Season 2. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below, excuse me, anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. So yeah, that was it for this episode. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next week with another episode of Mushoku Tensei. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.